अभी तो बैठे थे, मैंने कहा।
माननीय सदस्य श्रीमती इकरा चौधरी जी।
Thank you, Speaker Ma'am. I rise to speak on the demand for grants of the Ministry of Education. And while the Union Ministry of Education recently celebrated the 4th anniversary of NEP 2020 with a week-long Shiksha Saptah, this grandstanding does nothing to address the stark reality. And as a member who have very recently been a student too, I would like to shed some light on the facets that are not as rosy as the government might think. Despite NEP 2020's clear directive and the Kothari Commission's long-standing recommendation for 6% of GDP in education, the Ministry of Education's allocation is less than half of what has been recommended. The biggest cut has been for the University Grants Commission, which saw a 61% dropping from 6,409 crores to only 25 crore this time, which will affect the higher education of our country. And in 2020, India's average learning adjusted years of schooling was 7.1 years, lagging behind countries like Mexico, Kenya, Sri Lanka, Iran, UAE, and even Palestine. The foundational skills are alarmingly weak among 14 to 18-year-olds. About 25% of those surveyed couldn't read a standard 2 level text in their regional language, and only 43% could solve a simple division problem. Shockingly, nearly 43% of undergraduate students also struggled with basic division. This report is a testament to the fact that in reality our education system has failed to educate a large section of the population, especially students from underprivileged backgrounds dependent on state-run education. Speaker Ma'am, higher education, especially for women, is crucial to gaining empowerment and employment. And the AISHE report shows that only 10.4 colleges in the country were exclusively female. The constituency that I represent and other such areas in the country where patriarchal beliefs have prevented women from accessing co-ed colleges. Therefore, we need women specialized institutions so that women can get educated and get further in the society. मैम, पिछले 7 साल में देश भर में 70 पेपर लीक हुए हैं, जिससे 2 करोड़ युवाओं की ज़िंदगी बर्बाद हुई है। नीट, नेट और अन्य ऐसे पेपर लीक से हमारे देश की परीक्षा कराने वाली संस्थानों की छवि पर गहरा धब्बा लगा है, और जिसके कारण देश के युवा का इस सरकार के निष्पक्ष परीक्षा कराने की क्षमता से भरोसा उठ चुका है। इसी के संदर्भ में NCRB की जो स्टूडेंट सुसाइड रेट है वो 7.6 हो गई है, ऐसा 2022 की रिपोर्ट में बताया गया था। Ma'am, similarly, the situation is for the NET and DU LLB entrance examination. The abrupt cancellation and the mismanagement of the NTA is a crucial issue that the government needs to look into. Ma'am, I would also like to bring to your attention the discrimination against minorities in this budget allocation, especially in the case of closure of the Maulana Azad Foundation. Despite the Prime Minister's vision of minorities progressing with Quran in one hand and computer in the other, this undermines efforts to boost educational opportunities. What we also need in today's time is quality STEM education, as outlined by India's National Education Policy 2020, and it is crucial for fostering critical thinking and preparing our youth for 21st century challenges. But ma'am, only 18.4% schools have functional computer labs, and there's a significant gender gap in STEM enrollment, with only 28% of females compared to 36% males. While the government now promotes Digital India, it would do well to take a leaf from the Samajwadi Party's government under Akhilesh Yadav ji, which began distributing free laptops to class 12 students in 2012, effectively combating computer illiteracy and bridging digital divide in rural Uttar Pradesh. एजुकेशनल फ्रीडम इंडेक्स में भारत की स्थिति काफ़ी हद तक खराब है, हमें निचले 30% देशों में रखा गया है. The intertwining of political agendas with Indian higher education has worsened under the current government. Key historical and scientific facts are being erased from textbooks to advance a certain kind of narrative. Mughal history is continuously distorted and erased. but notably, Darwin's theory was removed from the class 9 and 10 syllabuses by the 21-22 academic year. And the topic of evolution was completely excised from school textbooks. This distortion of educational content undermines academic integrity and damages India's educational ethos. Ma'am, when we are competing for in the world with first-class countries, we also need to look into why our students need coaching in spite of having schools and higher education and those funded by the government. The incident of 3 students dying in UPSC coaching has once again exposed the harsh reality, just a minute, man, and plight of a significant segment of our population. These young individuals, hopeful of securing government jobs, endure poor living conditions in places like Kota and Rajendra Nagar. This situation calls for a deeper reflection on the shortcomings of our outdated education system. The coaching industry in India has become a critical part of the educational landscape due to the failures of the traditional schooling system. The national education policy fails to address why students rely on coaching in the first place. So, ma'am, I would like to end with certain demands to the minister for my constituency. मेरे संसदीय क्षेत्र कैराना में आपके माध्यम से सरकार से मैं मांग करती हूँ कि विजय सिंह पथिक डिग्री कॉलेज कैराना में बीएड, एलएलबी जैसे कोर्सेज शुरू किए जाने चाहिए जिनसे युवा और महिला अपने रोजगार खुद ढूंढ सके। जनपद शामली के कैराना और ऊन में और सहारनपुर के नकुड़ में गर्ल्स डिग्री कॉलेज और गर्ल्स हॉस्टल खोले जाएं। जनपद शामली में नया केंद्रीय विद्यालय व जवाहर नवोदय विद्यालय खोलने जाने की मांग करती हूँ और मां शकंभरी देवी विश्वविद्यालय सहारनपुर को अपना कैंपस और विभिन्न प्रोफेशनल कोर्सेज चलाने के लिए विशेष धनराशि प्रधानमंत्री उच्चतर शिक्षा अभियान के अंतर्गत दिए जाने की मांग करती हूँ। उत्तर प्रदेश राज्य में शिक्षा मित्रों का संयोजन अध्यापकों के पद पर किया जाए ताकि प्राइमरी एवं जूनियर हाई स्कूलों में शिक्षकों की कमी को दूर किया जा सके।
धन्यवाद।